What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. So I'm actually, it's still the same day that I filmed the last video, but this is what I want to do this in a whole separate video. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut out all the rust that is in place in the floor as well, and I've already done that side. And then tomorrow's, and then I'm going to weld all the plates and stuff in. So I'm just going to cut all this rust out at the moment. I think for this one I'm going to cut it like this, up and then here, and then a second section, so that it doesn't, it's not such a big piece that I'm replacing. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to cut up the whole floor too. But for now I'm just going to cut out all the stuff, and then I'm not going to show you guys cutting it, but I'll show you guys welding it in and how I did it. So I've just cut all the rust out that was here. I tried to cut it as like square as I could. Obviously some spots I couldn't. So obviously when you put the windscreen in, you need to, the windscreen, if you can see it, there's like a double layer here. So this layer is still on here. So what you do is you take a small screwdriver, you stick it in and you hammer it, and it just peels off. And you just do it until the point where, because you don't want the windscreen to just be sticking out, because there's like triple layers, you only need a double layer. So yeah, we're going to try to do that now. So what I meant is you stick the screwdriver in there, you give it a tap, you see it comes out the other side, then it splits the two layers, and you need the layers to come off. You see what I mean? So now that you can use just the bottom layer, not three, because you can obviously weld a piece of plate here as well. So I took that off now, so that when the plate goes on, it's still double layer, not triple layer. So that's what we're going to do now for the rest here as well. So I've just completed cutting this out. As you can see, it's actually taken about quite a bit on the inside, but it's fine because I have a bonnet which I'm using metal from, which is a lot thicker than this, so it'll be perfect, in other words. So I'm happy that this is cut now. I've just cut a piece out of the bonnet there, as you can see, and I'm going to measure this up with a piece of cardboard now, and then draw it and then put it onto that onto the metal, and then try to cut it out. So I have both plates cut now, so this plate will go here and this plate will go here. So originally they were together, but I decided to cut it separately, cut it apart, so that I can focus on getting this right, and when this one's done, then I can focus on this one, and then I can just weld them together over there. I think it's a lot easier to do it like this. I don't really know how everyone else does it. I've never done it myself, so it's a learning curve for me, but I just think that it will be a lot easier to do one section and then another section. So yeah, that's the plan of action for now. What's up, you guys? So it's the second day from the welding. Yesterday I just did a little piece that you just saw in the previous bit of the video. So I just did little pieces on the car just to see how it would come out. First I'm going to leave the corner. I'm struggling with a bit on the corner, so I'm going to leave that for now. I'm going to weld in the pieces that I've already cut just to see how it goes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to weld this section first, and then I'm going to weld this section next, and then this section I'm going to do once everything's welded, because then I can bend and maneuver stuff. So yeah, what I can suggest is that you guys wear long pants and a long shirt when you're welding. Reason for this is because obviously there's flux that jumps off, but also because you get like mega sunburn if you don't. I got it, so I know. Always use a welding mask, but yeah, I'm not wearing long pants because I own like one pair of long pants. I don't ever wear long pants. But yeah, so that's the plan of action. I'm going to weld up this small piece here now, and then we can see from there where it goes. Okay, so what I've done here is I've grinded the outsides clean. I put a bathroom mat, actually works out quite well because it's thick, just so that if there's any flux it doesn't land on the dash. I've grinded this flat on the outside here so the connection is good. I've also grinded flat over here so that the ground is good, so that it just works better. And then also around the metal, around the edges, I've grinded as well. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to tack the edge, like a tack on the edges, just so it holds in place, and then go from one tack to the other, on opposite ends, so that it doesn't bend the metal or anything like that. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do now. So I've just finished welding this plate in here. It does look like chicken shit welding.
but I am going to clean it up now with angle grinder and stuff just to make it neat, because it was my first time welding on this and the metal is actually very thin, so it's like it goes through pretty easy and it burns through quite quick. But yeah, at least now it's welded. So I'm just grinding it flat and then it should look a lot better, and then once we body fill and all the rest of it, then it should look quite decent. So I'm going to flatten it down now and then see what it looks like. So I've just cleaned up the welds and stuff here now. It obviously looks dirty because it's like silver, brown silver, so it looks like quite bad. But yeah, I'll clean up the welds now. I must clean up a little bit more, and then once we body fill, because I see there's a dent here as well, so when you body fill over, fiberglass, no, we won't fiberglass, just yeah, body fill, then it should be fine. Because obviously it melts through, so I can grind the flat almost, the top almost flat, because there will be welding on the inside anyways. So yeah. So I've just completed welding this section in. I'm just flatten it down. As you can see, it looks a lot better than that side because obviously I learned how to do it. So what I suggest is, because this metal so thin, you do spot so the whole thing sits. Then you spot, and if it burns a hole, then you go to start at another point and you let that one cool down, and you go like that's what I did from this point onwards, and then I just went slow to the inside. So I think that will be the best option. Now we're gonna have to figure out how to do this section, because this one seems difficult. So now that that weld's done, I'm going to take a piece of cardboard and try and mock up this side. This is exactly how I did it for the rest. So I'm going to try and mock up this side now with a piece of cardboard and see if I can get the right angles and stuff, and then I'll cut another piece to try welding here. Okay, so what I've done here is, because it's such a weird angle, I'm going to rather do 1, 2, 3 sections. So I'm going to weld this section in and then re-measure this and then put in another piece in here, because it's like it's like a very, very awkward section. So I'm just going to weld this in quickly and then I'll do that.
Just a quick update, guys.
I've actually just welded this piece in here. It's still quite hot, so I've just welded that in quickly. The welds came out actually quite decent. I don't know why it looks so big on camera, but it's actually quite a decent pull. And then this one is welded. This is welded. Now it's just this section to fill up. So I'm just I'm gonna plate this. I might do 3 individual pieces, but I'm gonna try not to, because obviously I want it to be as solid as possible. So this is done, that's done, just that, and then yeah. So how I did it was, I took a piece of cardboard, cut it out, molded it, and then I put it here. And then to bend the edges, I sliced like a little groove, but not all the way through, just so it softens the metal a bit and bends it. So that's kind of how I'm doing this process. So I've officially finished welding the whole section in here. This was difficult. This is one piece, this is one piece, and this center here is a different piece. So I've actually, I don't know if you can see, but I've left welds on there. The reason why this is, I wanted to raise it a bit because I'm scared when the glass goes in that there's not enough meat for the rubber to go onto. So I've just raised it a bit with the welds, like spot welds on, so that it heightens it a bit. But yeah, that's how it's done. And now it's just this side's done as well. As you can see, this one didn't come out too bad either. So this one's pretty actually good. So this one's done. Now it's just a driver side floor, and then yeah, the welding section. Oh, I forgot about the boot as well. So that's done. And then on the boot, there's just a little bit. Okay, so our next thing we're going to do is the floor. As you can see, there's a hole there. So we're going to cut just a small section around here and then up and across, so that we can just weld a L-shaped plate, which should be pretty simple. So I'll show you step by step how I'm going to do that. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut from here, because the rust goes. Actually, I shouldn't cut. I should actually. So I'm going to cut practically from here. There's nothing under here. The brake lines, the brake and fuel lines run over here. So I must just stay clear of this section. That's why I'm going to stick to on this side of the line. So I'm going to cut all the way till the end, and then I'm just going to cut straight down here behind this, and then across here and down again, and then we can just make an L shape and put it in. So as you guys can see, the entire floor is cut out. As you can see, it's literally cut. There's a little bit of rust on this side, which I'm not going to fix because I don't want to mess up the complete integrity of the car. So I'm scared that it just weakens the car too much. So I'm just going to measure this up and I'm going to run a single plate going up until here around, and then I'm going to run another plate going from the inside on top of that plate, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's the plan of action now. So that'll be all for today's video, guys. I'm a bit defeated at the moment. The floor, I cut it out and I've measured and I tried to weld the plate in. It didn't come out nice like I would want it to, so I cut it back out again. I'm trying to figure out how a different way I can do it so that it comes out a bit better. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So I cut out the entire floor, as you can see. I cut it out and then I took a whole plate, re-welded it in, and it just didn't come out nice. So I've cut the plate out again, the floor out again, and I'm gonna have to figure out a different way to do it. So yeah, that's the issue that we're sitting with at the moment. So yeah, but in the next video I will be fixing the rust on the boot. I'm gonna wait and think a bit about the floor. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. It wasn't too long, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed how to fix a little bit of rust. As you can see, here it's done here, and over there is done as well. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. But anyways, if you guys did enjoy it, please like and subscribe, and then share with your friends and family, and I'll see you guys in the next video.